Fuck you!
I'm the Leprechaun!
Hey, this is Sharks Across Hollywood, and would this be considered our St. Patrick's Day episode because of the proximity with which we are recording it to St. Patrick's Day and probably when it's going to come out?
That's literally why I suggested it.
But then you also suggested Can't Hardly Wait, and there's nothing Irish about that.
True, but I hadn't run out of options at that point yet. You kept shutting me down on movie after movie after movie that I want, and I was like, well, it's March. We could do something St. Patrick's Day related.
And you had to pick Leprechaun.
I have the set. I've never watched them before. I haven't watched any of them. There's 7 of these fucking movies. I've never watched
There's
one.
8 now.
Oh, did they come out with a new one?
Yeah.
Because I got the 7 movie set, you know.
So the last one is Origins?
Yeah.
Okay, so they did another one called Returns. So Leprechaun Returns, and it seems to be a direct sequel to the first one.
No shit. So they ignore everything else.
Which, to be fair, I don't think any of the sequels are sequels to this movie. I don't think they're sequels to each other.
I have no fucking idea.
As
I said, I have not watched them, so I don't know. I know they made them with a shocking rapidity, like, because this one came out in 93, and the next one came out in 94, and the next one came out in 95.
It seemed like he was like, Jennifer Aniston doesn't like this movie, so I don't like it either. And then Jennifer Aniston's like, it's not that bad. And he's like, fuck yeah, let's do this. Let's make more of these. He was a little upset that Jennifer Aniston kind of bitched about, not bitched about, she didn't like this movie. And apparently it upset him. And I think I'm conflating two stories about how when she decided she liked it, it also got kind of popular, and then they started churning out the sequels after that.
Well, they churned out the sequels immediately.
Oh, it's beautiful.
They churned out 2 sequels in 2 years, if I recall correctly, based on what I was when I was looking through the set. The years, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it's 93, 94, 95 for the first 3. And then The Hood came out in the late 90s too, so it couldn't have been more than a couple of years after.
There's 2 Hood movies.
Well, I mean the first Hood.
In the Hood and then Back to the Hood. A friend with weed is a friend indeed. I've heard him say that. I've never watched any of the other ones. So I do remember.
I haven't even seen clips from them. I saw one clip of Warwick Davis rapping, and I cringed so hard I went blind for 6 hours. That was back when I took myself seriously, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I watched all the trailers for them because they're all on Amazon Prime right now for the next, 2 weeks. I'm like, I'll watch the trailers. Nothing's getting ruined. Spoiler alert.
No spoilers.
You know what these movies are what's gonna happen.
There's no. The only surprises this movie had for me were how ridiculous it could get.
I was gonna say maybe if you haven't watched any of them, don't watch any trailers and then watch the first one, and then after that, you know what to expect for 8 movies.
All 8? Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, the first 6 are the same.
Wait, have you watched them or have you not watched them?
No, I've watched all the trailers, and it looks literally like the same movie with different settings.
They stole me pot of gold. They won't make it through the night.
Yeah, it's that. But then, okay, I'm going to talk about this because I don't know. Who knows if we'll ever do any of these other movies? I've never seen it, but Leprechaun Origins. Okay. They took this dumb fucking Freddy Krueger, but he's a leprechaun movie series and decided, you know what this movie needs? A gritty reboot.
Does it still star Warwick Davis?
Fuck no.
What?
No. Hornswoggle from WWE.
Oh, I'm not familiar with him.
He's
a little person?
He is a little
Big
person.
surprise.
Okay. But he's also in WWE lore, he's a leprechaun. He lives under the ring. He's Vince McMahon's bastard son. He hung out with Fit Finley a lot. And then because they didn't know where to go with the storyline, he ended up being the Raw general manager, the anonymous Raw general manager, because they didn't know how to wrap up that storyline. And he's also an asshole because he's like, our movie's better. It's just better. And you're not really an asshole. But I guarantee your movie's not more entertaining than at least this one.
By the way, as an aside, you never introduce us anymore.
Introduce yourself, you fucking piece of shit.
You're the host.
With the least, so.
Can't really argue with that one.
I've been going through an existential crisis for 3 months. Leave me alone.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair. You're not in a good place mentally. I can tell. I'm not in a good place, and I'm doing way better than you are. And that's scary, quite frankly. But you got to introduce us. The audience doesn't know who they're listening to. What if this is their first episode? They don't know who you are. They don't know you're Andrew. They don't know I'm the Reverend Samuel Mance.
Well, they do now. Our voices are so distinctive.
Yeah, they're sitting there going, who are these sultry voiced bastards that I can lust after them perpetually till the day I die?
There's one that has a sultry voice, and then the other guy has a nasally weird voice, and that is me.
Yeah, you only say that because you're hypercritical. I felt the same thing until you started massaging my ego about my voice, and now I recognize how sexy my voice is, and one day you will too.
I can pretend to have a sexy, deep voice, but that's... Now I sound like Harrison Ford, and that's weird.
Leprechaun.
He's not a leprechaun. Harrison Ford. Warwick Davis might actually be one. I don't know. That's mean. He's not a fucking leprechaun. He's British.
Is he British?
Yeah, I think so.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell because his accent is kind of all over the place.
Well, he's doing a goobery fucking a goofy Irish like typical.
Yeah, but sometimes he drops out of it and sounds American. No, sometimes he will just drop out of the accent and sound American. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it didn't seem intentional.
He could also sound Canadian. We're not the only people who talk like this.
I'm not arguing that.
I guess we're all Americans, really. North Americans.
Yeah, try telling a Canadian that lately.
The North American Mega Corporation.
They're like, fuck you.
Hey, I heard you guys are booing the national anthem. Why don't you go and fucking boo it harder? Because fuck this place.
Yeah, I can see where you guys are coming from.
I want to move to Ireland. Can I move to Ireland if I don't make fun of you this movie too hard? But I didn't make it. This is an American creation.
You don't say.
There's another movie that's Irish and a horror movie called The Hallow, and that movie's fucking legit and it's scary.
Yeah, that movie is Irish too.
It's awesome. It was one of my earlier horror packs.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a physical copy of it. I just saw it on Netflix, but that was a really good one.
Okay, so anyways, fucking Leprechaun. Let's talk about Leprechaun. So my very first note is that it starts with a guy named O'Grady, and this O'Grady guy sets in motion 8 fucking movies just by being a dumbass and stealing a leprechaun's gold and bringing it to America from Ireland. He's supposed to be burying his mother's ashes. This bitch.
How did he get away? This is my question. Like, if everything that happens in this movie is what happens, right? Like, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. How did he get from Ireland to America without getting killed?
Maybe we need an actual prequel, and he did know that the 4-leaf clover is able to stop him, so maybe he was able to kind of incapacitate him.
True, but the leprechaun seems shocked when he busts it out, as if he hadn't had it before. You know what I thought would have made sense, like, and they could have done it with very minimal changes. So let's rewrite the movie right now. Let's make this a good movie. We're not going to do that today. That's not going to happen.
Let's make this great movie a good movie.
Look, this movie is great for all the wrong reasons. All right, this movie is wonderful and terrible, and I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change it for a second.
Not anything.
I'm just saying. Let's write it into an actual good movie. He's just got the leprechaun trapped in his bag, right? Like, the leprechaun's hiding in his bag. What if he had it trapped in there with some fairy magic, right?
They don't like to be called fairies, man.
Fine, fae, whatever. I don't care.
Gay magic?
Yes.
That's a bad joke. I don't.
That's what you get for watching Wayne. That's what you get for watching 90s Saturday Night Live right before the episode.
No shit. I'm the leprechaun. That makes me happy. I love that. That was the funniest shit ever. Like, this is one of those movies that I loved every second of it, but it's the dumbest fucking movie ever. It's so stupid.
And I wouldn't change it for the world. It's fantastic. I love it just the way it is. But yeah, like, it immediately makes no fucking sense. I mean, right off the bat, I'm like, is this America, or does this movie? I thought Jennifer Aniston was in this. I thought this was an American movie.
Jennifer Aniston is absolutely in it, and we'll talk about her, of course, because it's Jennifer Aniston.
And she's fucking insufferable. Oh my God.
Yeah, she's kind of a little bitch in this.
Wow.
She comes around. She's cool towards the end.
No, she's fine.
But
no, I get that's the character arc, but wow, just right off the bat, I just wanted to smack her, like, bratty little teenagers. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, so, I mean, So O'Grady manages to, after his wife gets killed, and then we learn
By the Leprechaun.
when we learn some of the Leprechaun's powers, and he has this really creepy actually ability to like mimic sounds and voices and stuff. And he's magic, and there's all sorts of shit, and like everything works in its own dumb little way. And eventually, he locks him in a crate, puts the fucking 4-leaf clover on the crate, and the Leprechaun's like, no, but then he's also like, ha ha ha, you're a bitch. I'm like, would you make up your mind? Pick an emotion, you fucking bipolar little piece of shit. You notice that he does that?
Absolutely.
Every couple minutes, it's like, oh my god, I'm scared. Ha ha, fuck you. I'm a leprechaun. Yes,
I think that's actually what makes him fun. Is the just completely erratic behavior. It makes him way more fun. If he was, like consistent, because I think that's part of the idea is that, these fey mythological creatures, like they don't have human logic. They don't think like people do. So the unpredictability makes them scary.
He also says ha ha way too much at the end of sentences.
Ha ha.
Yeah. Like, it smells like me gold. Ha ha. Like, dude, shut up.
You're not supposed to just read that out of the script. You're supposed to actually laugh.
So 10 years after all that shit happens, Jennifer Aniston moves in. Her name is Tori in the movie. She's hanging out with her dad. I think it's her dad.
Yes, and boy, does he get the token treatment. He is written out almost immediately. He is barely there to set things up, and then he gets written out.
Yeah, and so to your point about her being kind of insufferably annoying, she's like, this is New Mexico. Why are we in New Mexico? And Dad's like, we're not in New Mexico. This is North Dakota or some shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, same fucking thing. It's not L.A. Like, we get it. You're an L.A. girl. But it's Jennifer Aniston, so I'm like, even though, it's still Jennifer Aniston, it's a year before Friends came out, this movie.
This is pre-Friends Jennifer Aniston.
This was her, they call it her feature film debut. She did a movie prior to this, but
was a supporting character, probably.
Must have been like a TV movie or something.
Oh, okay. So, no, yes, because this is feature length, and all right, that makes sense. Yeah, I hated her immediately.
My favorite thing about her is that she's Jennifer Aniston, and she's looked the same her like entire life, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much.
And she's had that exact same voice the whole time. So you look at her and you're like, okay, you're 15 or you're 40. Can't figure it out. But she has the voice of a put upon middle-aged woman, and she always has.
She's got that same, like when she's playing irritated, she plays it exactly the same way she plays it today. Like, her acting has not changed one iota over the last 35 years. If you like Jennifer Aniston, you're going to like Jennifer Aniston here. It literally doesn't change. She's completely unchanged.
We also meet a dude who is the love interest. And I only really bring that up because my note says we also meet the guy they got because they couldn't get Kevin Bacon or Joey Lawrence to be in the movie.
This guy is like Walmart brand Jan Michael Vincent. That's what he looks like to me.
And we also meet Ozzy and Alex, our two like childlike characters in this R-rated but still like family fun kind of horror movie.
This is so just not quite PG-13.
It's got like some fucks and some violence.
Yeah. Oh no. It's got just enough to keep it in the R rating, but like I was expecting so much worse. Like when Ozzy swallows the gold coin, I was like, oh fuck, Ozzy's gonna get disemboweled.
Nope. I wrote down also Ozzy must have gotten bored trying to steal Pee-wee's bike.
Yes, I was going to say he's played by Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and immediately, as in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I mean, in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, there were a couple of scenes before they got to that point, but he's immediately chewing gum aggressively, just like he did in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I'm like, I've seen this guy in 2 movies in my lifetime, and in both of them, he chews gum like a maniac.
He is also in Origins, and it's the same house and the same well and stuff.
Really?
So that's why I think it's like a direct sequel.
Okay,
it's not Warwick Davis, though. It's another guy.
Yeah, you said it was...
no, Hornswoggle's in
Hornswoggle.
Origins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did I say Origins? I meant Returns.
Oh.
Leprechaun Returns, not the Origins one.
No, you said Origins, yeah.
Should we talk about the fact that Ozzy's like an adult and hangs out with a really young child? At the very least, even though he is that way, like he's treated with like respect. He's not like a joke.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody likes Ozzy. Nobody has I mean, they all kind of laugh at Ozzy being silly, but like nobody, like he's not constantly being shit on or anything like
No,
that.
they like he's just kind of childlike, and even the police are like, oh, was that Ozzy calling again?
Oh,
it's Leprechauns this
he's
time.
a good kid, blah blah blah.
This damn kid and his dumb jokes. What is he doing? So I'm not even convinced that they're jokes. I think he really thinks he sees all this shit.
Yeah. Probably that's why nobody takes him seriously when he says he sees the leprechaun. Poor Ozzy. I felt so bad. I thought for sure Ozzy was a dead man.
Me too.
When he swallowed that coin, I was like, oh, Ozzy is going to get it so bad. Because if this were the 2000s, if this were post-Saw...
If this was Leprechaun Origins...
yeah, Ozzy would have been disemboweled like the fucking Middle Ages, man.
Oh, speaking of Origins again, Hornswoggle does not look like Warwick Davis. He does not look like a leprechaun. He just looks like a little monster creature. So why
the fuck are we still talking about Origins? We're not reviewing Origins.
Because it bothers me and all the fun is sucked out of it, because that's what a lot of horror movies were like back then.
Yeah, that's fair. But, this movie is fun. And so let's talk about this movie.
This movie is fun, and it actually has a lot of personality.
Warwick Davis is a fucking hoot, man. Like, he is having so much fun in this role.
This is his fucking role. I know he's a goddamn Ewok.
He was an Ewok.
He's Willow.
He's Willow.
But like
Warwick Davis is fantastic. But
this is fucking Warwick Davis. This is his character.
He owns this role so hard. Like this movie without him, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine watching this without him. He dominates.
Yeah, like
this whole movie.
Can you imagine Danny Woodburn doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. Like he's this character is so loaded with manic personality, and Warwick Davis is just vamping all over the place. He's so over the top. He's so committed to the insanity of it. He just makes this movie so much fucking fun. If I had to rely on the characters to get me through this movie, it would be unwatchable.
Characters?
They have characters. I mean, the kid and Ozzy, I can't remember the kid's name for the life of me.
Alex
and Ozzy have a great dynamic because Alex is strangely the more mature one in the relationship between them. The hunky guy is kind of a non-personality, and then Jennifer Aniston, her whole role is to just be an LA stereotype.
And then to kind of be like a badass every once in a while. Because she is technically the final girl. She grabs the shotgun and she's like, I'm going out there, fuck you guys, to get the gold.
Yeah.
So she has a couple moments, but yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I guess at that point I was so irritated by her that I was like, Warwick Davis carries this whole fucking movie. Although this is one of the few movies where I actually like the kid, because Ozzy and the kid, their dynamic between them is good. And I like that. I would honestly have rather just watched a movie where it's them versus the Leprechaun. That would have been a way more entertaining movie.
Kinda, yeah. Oh, and that's where I know this kid from.
He looks like he was in a movie that you would have been a huge fan of, probably involving ninjas, 1, 2, or 3 of them.
Close, but he's in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead and Mr. Nanny.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, this kid has 90s written all over him.
And he's in Rookie of the Year, which I know I saw.
Yeah, we all saw Rookie of the Year, and nobody remembers it.
That's the one with the kid who can pitch real good, right?
Yeah, because his muscles healed too tight when he got in a bike accident or something.
And then there's Little Big League, which is also baseball, and the kid plays, I think, but he's like good at batting. I don't remember. There's too many fucking weird magic baseball.
I don't think I saw. I know I saw Angels in the Outfield and Rookie of the Year. I don't think I saw Little Big League, but I could be wrong.
So the Leprechaun kills a cop. I'm not saying we should applaud that, but I'm not going to cry about it either.
Okay, this cop pulled over what looked to him to be a child.
Before the cop, I love the way he takes out the guy that they give the gold coin to with the fucking pogo stick.
Just stomping him with the pogo stick.
This movie is ridiculous, but it like plays itself. It's like supposed to be scary, and I can see this movie scaring maybe children.
Oh yeah. This is a great slumber party movie in the 90s.
Yes.
Oh, if you were at a slumber party and somebody bust out Leprechaun, this would be perfect. It's just scary enough without being excessive.
This would go well with like Bride of Chucky.
I think Bride of Chucky would probably be a little too much because I'm like thinking like 9 to 12-year-olds, you know.
But then I watched Child's Play when I was
Yeah, you watched Child's Play too young.
yes.
Child's Play would be a good one to go to pair with this.
No, that's what I mean. Child's Play is the super dark, scary one. Bride of Chucky's the super dumb.
Oh, yeah,
one.
I guess I'm thinking Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
Child's Play 2 would be a good pairing.
Also super dark and weird.
Child's Play 2 is
the only difference is he wisecracks a little more.
yeah, and that's what
But it's
mitigates
still
the whole thing.
Super creepy. That movie's actually pretty scary.
Child's Play 2 is great. Child's Play 2 is an unambiguously great sequel. It's Child's Play 3 that's the one that's kind of shit.
Oh, Seed of Chucky, even better. Oh man.
Okay, I fucking love Seed of Chucky so much.
Oh, me too. I love Seed of Chucky a lot.
I love that movie so dearly. I was so excited when I showed that to my sister and her husband. I was just like, you have no fucking idea what you're in for right now, but this is going to be awesome.
Like, you seen Child's Play? Pretend you haven't. Because
that is not going to help you through this.
that movie's great. It makes me so happy. I love the Glenn or Glenda references.
Oh, I love everything about that movie. Start to finish, it makes no wrong steps. Everything in that movie is perfect.
Anyways, yeah, the cop murder is a little fucked up because he does like fuck with him. Oh, but he steals that car because he's sick of riding on his little tricycle. One thing I did note about Warwick Davis and the Leprechaun is he's like Dr. Robotnik. At the end of every stage, he has like a different vehicle for them to fight him in.
The vehicles in this movie, oh my god. Okay, let's talk about the vehicles.
Let's do it.
He starts off on a tricycle that where does he get that from?
Just a farm somewhere?
They're just somewhere. He finds a fucking tricycle and he starts pedaling it. Oh my god, it's so
they
overcrank the film so it looks like he's just going crazy pedaling this fucking thing. It's so absurd.
And then he goes to the gold coin guy, kills him with the pogo stick.
And this guy is apparently obsessed with toys for some reason.
Yeah, because Ozzy and Alex, they know him, and this is apparently where they buy their comics.
Yeah, and he finds this car that makes no fucking sense. It's like, is it maybe supposed to be like a Power Wheels, but they couldn't afford a Power Wheels?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. It's like every time I watch Toy Story, I'm like, why do those cars drive? Where's the engine? I'm so confused. But it's a fucking Leprechaun movie. Just go with it.
He's magic.
He
is magic.
Like,
I can forgive that. I can be like, okay, he's magic. He's making it go. But he gets this car and he's zipping down the road back to the farmhouse.
And he gets pulled over by this cop.
This Leprechaun spends so much time driving. It's crazy.
He does. He's not even in LA yet. Like,
I'm watching this with my roommate, and I just looked over at him, and I was like, as the cop was walking up to the car, I was like, I honestly can't decide if he's going to ask to see his license and registration or not.
Well, of course he does.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Oh, because he thinks he's a kid.
Yeah, but I would not have been surprised if he walked up and was like, license and registration. Because this movie is that level of ridiculous.
But how he gets killed is actually kind of fucked up because like there's a chase through the woods and this guy's like all messed up and he's like up against a tree and he sees headlights or something. He's like, oh, thank God. Like basically they're coming to save me. And then here comes the Leprechaun dropping onto his shoulders and then he snaps his fucking neck. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then to top it off, he like looks down at his head and he's on his shoulders still. And he like pokes it and like jiggles it back and forth. I'm like, that's fucking messed up. And he's like, that was fun. And then he just moves on.
Yeah, that's actually like, that kill is not as fun as I was hoping for, but yeah, like it's kind of dark in a way that the rest of this movie isn't. Because the kill of the guy at the toy store, is so over the top and ridiculous. Yeah, it's like, okay, all right, this is the shit I'm here for, But then he just breaks that dude's neck, and I'm like, Jesus.
And like the playing with it is like the worst part.
Yeah.
Jesus. The Lucky Clovers scene. We'll get back to more vehicles here in a minute, but the Lucky Clovers, he's like looking for his gold. He makes it back to the farm. Everybody else is gone, by the way, because they took her dad to the hospital because he got bit by
the Leprechaun.
What they thought was a cat. The fucking Leprechaun. So they're all
Which
gone.
is just that. By the way, that's the reason I never stick my hand in a hole reaching after a creature that you can't see. Don't do that. The
fucking Lucky Clovers scene where he's looking for the gold made me laugh. I don't know why. because it's really dumb. You know, when he pulls the Lucky Clover's box, it's the cereal box.
Oh,
Lucky Charms.
that's right.
And
I forgot what the name of it was.
And he's like, "Ooh, this is good," and then he fucking blah, 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 blah.
He was excited for a second, and then immediately disappointed.
And this motherfucker, I know he's a shoemaker. He is obsessed with polishing shoes. Like they start throwing shoes at him later, and he has to like impulsively polish them.
Okay, like all right. So, question. Maybe you know the answer. My roommate did not. We discussed it, but is that a thing with leprechauns in Irish lore, or did they just mix up leprechauns with the cobbler's elves?
I don't know, because that leprechaun trope, if that's what it is, comes back in a Disney original movie that I watched when I was a kid called The Luck of the Irish, about this kid who had a Lucky Charm necklace, like it was a gold coin, and it got stolen by like the police chief from Psych, who plays like an evil leprechaun.
I don't know who the chief is in Psych. It's been forever since I only watched a couple of episodes.
I don't remember his name, the actor's name, but he is on Psych, and I saw him later, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he was in a documentary called The Guy Who Was in That Thing, about like working actors who nobody like knows, but they know. And he's like, depending on your age, you know me from this or this. And I'm like, I don't know you from either of those fucking things. I know you from The Luck of the Irish. But they turn into leprechauns, and the mom is also obsessed. She makes shoes, and the grandpa is obsessed with shoes, and he's talking like, what's wrong with your shoes? Why are they like that and shit? They all turn back into leprechauns if they don't have their lucky coin.
I'm curious to know if that is an actual thing, like if that's actually part of, traditional leprechaun lore, or if that's just a Hollywood invention.
Leprechauns were shoemakers. Along with being a shoemaker, they were also known for their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So apparently, yes. Hollow Brookfoot. In Celtic stories, leprechauns were said to be cranky and responsible for mending the shoes of other fairies.
Interesting.
So apparently, yes.
All right.
Good. Now we know. Thanks.
Good to know.
There's a bear trap in this movie.
Jesus, the bear trap. Oh my God.
It's dumb, but that's where everybody learns.
I kept thinking it was going to come back.
It did, kinda.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It didn't do shit.
It didn't do anything, but it
exactly.
came back.
It didn't do anything.
Alex has it, and he's trying to trap the leprechaun in it, but the leprechaun was already in the barn.
And then Ozzy has to come and rescue him by telling the leprechaun the coin is in him.
It's inside me, and he's like, "I'll reach inside of you, my boy."
See, I was gonna do a similar one, but I was gonna say the leprechaun was like, I want to be inside you.
You gotta say, my boy. Ha ha.
Yeah, I want to be inside you. Ha ha.
All this dude wants is his gold. Do you think if he actually got all of his gold coins, he would just leave him alone?
Tough to say.
Because he did kill that cop for fun. But technically, I guess the cop wouldn't.
The cop was harassing him.
I was going to say, the cop wouldn't have died if he didn't pull him over. So, if they
Yeah.
would just give him the coins and then just leave him alone, he'd probably just be like, fine, I've had enough fun. I'm going to leave now.
Yeah, maybe.
Or they pissed him off enough to where he's like, I'm just going to kill you all. My powers are back because that's where my powers come from.
I don't know. I mean, he was counting through his coins. He was satisfied to do that at the time. So maybe if he had gotten all of 100 of his coins back, maybe he would have let him go. I don't know.
She gets the coins and gives them back to him. Everything is okay now, except it's not because Ozzy swallowed a piece. So this little asshole still has to come after him.
I'm very glad Ozzy didn't die in the end because I like Ozzy.
Yeah, he's a lovable guy.
Probably he's probably my favorite character in the movie, if I'm being honest. I mean, aside from of the heroes, quote unquote.
I almost want to skip all of them and watch Leprechaun Returns
just to see to see Ozzy back.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm genuinely. It looks slightly darker than this. To be fair, the studio apparently was like, no, it's not dark enough, and it was like a battle. It's not dark enough. It's too dark. It should be a little lighter. It should be darker. It should be. I'm like, it looks cool. Like it looks like this, except a little newer and a little more serious.
Okay.
And I'll take a little more serious.
As long as
you don't need to.
I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna make it stupid, you got to make it way over the top. Like that's the reason it works so well is because it's a stupid script. It's a stupid movie, but Warwick Davis is just coming in and just fully committing to being as maniacal as possible and just really having a lot of fun with this character. And that's what makes it work. If you're going to make it more serious, the writing has to come up. Like you got to bring that writing up in order to make it more grounded. But honestly, I would still love to see it with the absolutely bonkers over the top Leprechaun.
He's talking, like in returns, he's talking and wisecracking and shit. It's just not Warwick Davis, so it's a little different. It's this guy named Lyndon Porco.
Ooh, that's your sequel to the requel, Leprechauns.
Oh, like he needs to find a lady leprechaun and they need to fuck and have a bunch of baby leprechauns.
No, it turns out there are no lady leprechauns. They produce like xenomorphs.
Oh, gross. Ew.
They nest. And then they produce a bunch of little leprechauns.
Oh man, he does do something kind of funny that Freddy would do when she.
That's what they need the gold for. It's for their reproductive cycle.
So Ozzy's gonna give mouth birth to a little weird leprechaun baby. He does pull like a Freddy-esque gag here with the phone when Jennifer Aniston is calling the cops, and he's like. He's like, how about this? How about a hand? And then he sticks it through the talkie area.
And all I could think when that little thing came out was, oh no, he used his strong hand.
I know, it's this little tiny thing. I'm like, what the fuck? It's not a tongue, of course, but Freddy did it first and Freddy did it better, but it still worked and it was kind of funny.
I enjoyed it, yes.
So the climax of the movie comes when they have to find Old Man O'Grady, who used to live in the house, the guy from the beginning whose wife died, and who locked the leprechaun in a crate and gently set the 4-leaf clover on top of it, but he was going to set the place on fire, so it makes sense that he was just trying to keep him there until he could kill him.
Yep. He didn't realize that he was about to have a heart attack. Or no, a stroke. It was a stroke.
It was a stroke.
That's right.
I called it a heart attack because who knows?
No, he played it like a heart attack, but they do say in the movie later on that it was a stroke.
Well, the leprechaun says it. How the fuck would he know? I know he's 600 years old, but does he have a medical degree? Not like that matters anymore.
Well, he might have been keeping up, like doing some continuing education when he's not cobbling.
He should run for president.
Well, he certainly couldn't be worse.
But the old man is in a rest home because he's old. That's where we put old people. Fuck him.
Oh, he should be he should be in charge. He should be the Secretary of the Treasury.
Oh, that would actually work. If anybody stole anything, if any of that fraudulent spending happened,
he'd kill all of them. Why, hello, Elon.
You know what? I think we need little Mr. Leprechaun to handle some business. So Old Man O'Grady will probably know how to kill the leprechaun. So
there's your 2025 requel. Leprechaun super into NFTs.
Ew.
Nobody steals me pot of Doge.
No, gross. So she does go to this rest home. She thinks she finds O'Grady, but of course the leprechaun got there first, and he's like, "I'll never tell you how to kill me, but I don't know how to do an Irish accent." And then of course she finds Old Man O'Grady in like an elevator as she's running, and he like half of his body drops down in her face, and she's like, "What the fuck? We need to get you down." He's like, "No, it's too late. You have to find a 4-leaf clover from the clover patch in my yard, and you have to put it on his body."
He survived just long enough to give her that information. He literally dies within the next 2 seconds after saying that.
Now, Warwick Davis puts on roller skates.
That's right. The roller skates.
This movie's nuts.
He's on every type of wheels there is.
I told you, it's just like Dr. Robotnik. At the end of every stage, it's Dr. Robotnik again with another robotic thing.
Yep.
The eye thing. So the cop is coming back into play when she's coming back because she gets in the cop car. She's like, "Oh my god, there's a cop. I'm gonna go get rescued."
And she fucking jumps into the car. The cop is so obviously a corpse.
She jumps in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
which is weird.
You can see from you'd be able to see that dead cop from 20 feet away. She runs up, throws the door open, leaps in, and only then realizes that the cop is dead.
Oh my god, he's dead.
It's so silly.
And here comes the leprechaun, and she grabs like the billy club or whatever and like stabs him in the eye with it. I'm like, okay, I don't think it would work quite that way, but maybe, who cares? And then he has no eye for a second, but then he gets in the car and he takes the fucking cop and he rips his eyeball out and then pops it in his own head. Like, that's fucking gross.
And he says, "An eye for an eye."
Deary. I think he called her
Deary,
Deary.
yeah.
Ha-ha! Like, that's so fucking
You
gross.
really latched on to the ha-ha thing.
Yeah, that's one of the grosser gags in the movie.
Oh, God. That was pretty good. I like that.
So, and everybody else is like looking for, well, they're all looking for the clovers in the little clover patch, the 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, they have to. Well, I mean, this is after Dan Michael Vincent shoots the leprechaun, and they all make their.
They
escape
shoot
from the
him
car.
so fucking much.
Oh, he gets shot to shit, but he takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah, so she gets there and she's like, I'm not finding a fucking 4-leaf clover on this shit. She gets really mad, and then Ozzy just goes, you just gotta believe. And she's like, I believe. And I'm like, that's bullshit. You don't believe anything. And then she's like, look, there's a 4-leaf clover in my hand all of a sudden.
Ozzy should have found the goddamn 4-leaf clover, not
Ozzy
her.
should have found the 4-leaf clover, and then she should have killed the leprechaun, but that's not how that works.
You know what? I like that the kid killed the leprechaun with the slingshot. Like, that was pretty cool.
We do get a nice iconic.
She should have gassed him.
We do get an iconic line that should be a little more repeated, I think. The kid
Is that?
The kid had Alex, he has the 4-leaf clover and a slingshot. He wraps the clover around some gum.
Yep.
And then he takes the slingshot and he shoots it at the leprechaun and he goes, fuck you, Lucky Charms. And I'm like, wait. Don't you mean Lucky Clovers?
No, you could say Lucky Charms, but you couldn't feature a box of Lucky Charms in the movie.
When the clover hits him, we get a really, really awesome effect of him like fucking melting.
Oh, it's like Stripe at the end of Gremlins. It's pretty sweet.
So you know what this movie does right? The effects are fucking kind of not top notch, I would say, but they work. They're like
they're solid. The effects are solid.
They're
And
perfect.
That effect in particular, the
Yeah.
him melting effect, really good, really good.
I wonder if the effects hold up in the other movies because I don't know how many of them were theatrical.
2 and 3 were.
Okay, were they?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I don't remember. I was not watching these kinds of movies
I
often
think
as a kid.
I think Back to the Hood might have been a straight to video, and In the Hood might have been. I don't know.
I'm curious. I just want to know if the effects hold up because did I say they weren't top notch? No, the effects were fucking great, but we're not quite done yet because okay. So what happens here? You know, he does the melting thing, and then they shoot him again, or does he just fall into the well? Either way, he ends up falling into the well. Then Joey Lawrence fucking sets him on fire, blows up the well. Well, no, we get one final scare before he does that because he's melting and he goes up and I want me gold coins, but he's all fucked up so he can barely talk. And then they kick him back in there, and then they put gas on it, and then they blow it up. And the leprechaun is dead. We assume.
Well, I mean, he speaks from the well that he's been trapped in now. The end.
The end. Let's just dive into final thoughts about the leprechaun.
It's a pot of gold you definitely want to find.
Yeah, everything you've heard about this movie is probably correct, whether that's good or bad.
Yep, probably. But watch it if only for Warwick Davis's absurd, over the top character. He's so much fucking fun in this movie.
This is a perfect dumb fucking horror movie, and it makes me very happy. And I'm actually kind of annoyed with myself that I haven't watched it yet.
Also, apparently, I tried to fact check this, and my roommate did too, because they're very pedantic like me and want to make sure that they're given correct information, but they weren't able to find all the sources material and stuff because the internet is getting harder and harder to browse. But apparently, Warwick Davis, coming off of the success of Leprechaun, and he took like the money he was making doing the Leprechaun movies and started an organization for little people, actors in particular, to represent them and their interests in Hollywood, because there was no organization that specialized. It's called Willow Management or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
And so like him and his partner, who was one of the guys he met on Willow.
Val Kilmer?
No, he's another little person. Anyway, yeah, I guess they started this management company, and they've done like some really great things for little people actors, just in terms of like getting them, giving them better representation and
that's cool.
Things like that in Hollywood. So that's pretty cool. Warwick Davis, kind of cool guy doing that.
On that same topic, I was listening to Pod Meets World, and they had their stand-ins from the first season.
Oh yeah,
and they're little people actors.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they were talking about well, first the guy is actually the They're a husband and wife team.
Uh-huh.
The guy,
One of them doing Corey, one of them doing Topanga.
I'm sure they just did kind of whatever.
Or just
Whatever they were
whoever
supposed
was
to do.
their right size, yeah.
The guy is the voice of Stumpy in that little, and he said that, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Please
I love
don't
that
blow
so
up
much.
my head, Stumpy.
And he did the voice and he did the line, and I'm like, oh, that's so fucking great.
I'm blowing up your head.
But they were talking about how kind of shitty it is to be a little person actor now if you're not Peter Dinklage,
Oh yeah.
because they're not making movies about leprechauns and shit anymore because they think it's not PC, and they're like, we'll play fucking leprechauns, just make a fucking leprechaun movie.
I'm kind of curious, like how they felt about like the whole Oompa Loompas thing, like that. Like them going with Hugh Grant on that.
I'm not a Willy Wonka fan in the first place.
I mean, I'm not. I wasn't stoked on the whole idea of that movie to start with, but like you took jobs away from a lot of little people actors who could have, really benefited from having those roles.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, they didn't mention anything about that, which that would be interesting to know.
It totally makes sense though.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be tough to find roles as a little person.
Yeah, but they actually said like it's hard if you're not Peter Dinklage
Because there's still all the same bias about wanting your actors to be a certain look and a certain stature. It's just, but now we want to be PC and we want to be sensitive. So let's just exclude them entirely.
So we just kind of overcorrected a little too far.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard.
Like fuck, man.
But like
It's
Peter
brutal.
Dinklage, he's an award-winning actor and he's a great actor, and
He's a fantastic actor.
he's hard to compete with as far as like.
Yeah,
that kind
and
of
so
stuff
everybody
goes, but-
wants him if there is a role for a little
Yeah.
person. Everybody just wants Peter Dinklage. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Dinklage absolutely deserves all the success. He's amazing, but that's got to be fucking rough.
I thought I'd bring that up since you brought that up. That's interesting. Oh, the guy was also an Ewok. No, he wasn't. He was like 20 fucking Ewoks because he did all the stunts on that Ewok shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm like, that is so cool. So this guy's been on Boy Meets World.
So he's a
and
stuntman.
Star Wars. Yeah, he's
He's
also
a stuntman, a stand-in. Like he's doing a lot of. He's wearing a lot of hats.
Yep, because he was like a gymnast or something as a kid. So they're
okay.
like, oh, you can just do this stuff. All right, get going. And he's like, yeah, all right. I get more money, right? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah. And him and his wife are still together, and it's really adorable.
I just love that he played Stumpy.
That made me so happy. Okay. Anyways, that's it.
Okay, suddenly though, Stumpy's name is feeling less less politically correct.
Oh, that's funny. It was 1993. Give him a break. The same year this movie came out. What a fucking crazy year.
I mean, not by itself. Just those two things is not that crazy. Like
Jurassic Park, Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, that's right. You were you showed me the Wayne's World episode where they talked about all the movies that came out.
Oh yeah, that was 93.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. The Fugitive.
Yeah. That's a year that nobody really like actively talks about. Yet one of the best blockbusters of all time came out that year. Fucking Jurassic Park. And
Schindler's List came out.
Schindler's List. The Fugitive, which I've never seen, but I know it's good.
Fugitive,
everybody
yeah,
keeps
the Fugitive
talking
was
about
really
it.
good. Fugitive was really good. It did, like, some people were, like saying like it deserved to win Best Picture over Schindler's List, and I'm like,
maybe
yeah,
not quite that
get
good.
the fuck out of here.
And then the fucking cultural goddamn juggernaut that is Power Rangers.
Yes, and Jurassic Park, of course, which completely changed the landscape of film. God, I can't believe Spielberg came out with Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in the same fucking year.
That is crazy.
That is madness.
Anyways, we should.
I mean, I'm sure like Jurassic Park, like that came out probably like right at the beginning, and then Schindler's List came out later. But
yeah, that was a summer movie. Schindler's List was an Oscar bait movie.
yeah, so that probably came out like closer to November.
Never seen Schindler's List. Don't know if I want to.
Oh, you absolutely should. I mean, it's an amazing film.
Especially right now.
It's an amazing. Well, yeah, it's not a happy film.
I gotta stop to think if it's like what Billy said in Scream. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative. Is that what's happening to us now?
No,
all these assholes are like, oh, 1984, but we don't really get the good guys' perspective. The good guys being the Big Brother people.
No, what's happening now? Fuck, I don't want to talk about this.
Let's not do it. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Especially not on mic. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. My Instagram is @SamuelMance. If you want to follow my comedy, I don't really have anything to promo right now. That's gonna be after this episode comes out. So just go there, follow me. I'll post all my shows and stuff on there so you can find it, or follow me on Facebook @Not For Nothing Music. You can follow Andrew and his band and listen to their music, and it's good stuff on there. And @The Shark Pod for if you want information on us that you can't get from an episode.
Also, patreon.com/SharksCrossHollywood. We have shit on there. You should go give us money and listen to it because we're poor. And I would like to get out of this shithole of a country, so give me more money.
Good luck.
We are a third world country. Don't buy into the propaganda. America sucks ass. Oh, fucking Canada. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. Boo the national anthem.
We love you, listeners, and eat our ass.
Yes. And we'll be back in whenever the fuck with other shit that'll be probably maybe fun, kinda.
Assuming Andrew ever gets any of his fucking DVDs in the mail.
I haven't even ordered half of those yet.
I just did a big order last night because I got a bonus check from work.
Ooh, fancy. All right. Well, we'll talk about your bonus check, your boner check, all the DVDs and movies we're all getting. But until next time, stay jawsome.